Alright, good day my friends. How's things going out there? First things first, I have been working on the van and I do have some videos on the rebuild and restoration of an old camper van. However, I should also, part 2, should say, you know what, thanks for coming back and checking me out today and see what we got going on. It's non-van stuff today,
Well, last night was a lot better because most of the legitimate protesters, they were doing sit-ins. I thought the previous nights they were being used by the looters because when they were running around, the looters was using them as smoke screens and the police didn't know who to go after. Last night was a lot better. I saw a police officer who was the head of something, some union, and he said that it was bad because all police officers in America felt like they had a target on them. That is bad. But you know what? Maybe there's a lesson to be learned there because, as far as I know, over the years, all black men, whenever a police car came up behind them or next to them, well, we felt like we had a bullseye on us. So maybe they'll use that to maybe better understand how black guys feel when police officers are approaching them. I don't know if these protests are going to work. I mean, we've been doing them for years. I know the media, they get their scoops from the police, so I don't really count on them. You know who's going to stop this from happening? It's policemen. The good policemen has got to start reporting the bad policemen. Every TV show you see, a movie you see, IA, Internal Affairs, who are the people that investigate the police the police, they're considered bad guys. If one of those guys would have turned in Chapin, there was no video, he would have been ostracized by the precinct. That is what has to stop. The police have to turn in the bad police. They know who they are. I'm just saying. Take care.
The third thing I want to go over is I posted a video today. Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, and something strange happened. I actually made that video last weekend, 1 week ago, but posted it today, and all the comments on it disappeared. I've had a couple people put some comments on, I guess maybe because racism, whatever, but you know what? I thought we had some mode of freedom of speech. However, I'll call it MeTube. Let's not call it by the platform name right now because maybe this will get dinged too. You know, or maybe we'll call it CensorTube because apparently you can't talk about racism or racist stuff, even though I see other channels supporting it. So anyhow, the only way I can do it, I wrote it down, the comment. And I wanted to talk about it because you know what? I want to talk about what my experience is here in Canada, where I live in Vancouver. So, the comment was, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Colette. Anyways, every job she had worked, 80% of the co-workers were white who had made racist comments every single day. She says, I don't look native, but you know what? Some people make terrible comments about natives, and I don't make any comments to that. I try and keep my own peace at work, on my job, and I try and keep peace with my comments, even though she is part native, is my understanding. I do realize other cultures have hate towards each other. I do realize that other cultures do have hate towards each other. And she says, you know what? Our country is ruled by whites. Which is true. Because you know what? This is a British found country. Well, they say found country over and above the native aboriginals here. And we are under British Commonwealth rule, traditionally. So it's expected to be geared towards the whites. Do I feel some privileges? Yes and no. However, some of the privileges I don't feel, because whenever I go to apply for certain unemployment things when I first came to BC, and in Manitoba for that matter, they gave more importance to new immigrants and actually natives. I went to apply for an aerospace program in Winnipeg and Manitoba, and I told, oh, I am white and this is only open to natives, which is fine. You know what, is what it is. The same with immigration. I tried to apply for unemployment status here in Vancouver for a couple job workshops and for some unemployment help with getting unemployment, and I told some of those programs were only available for new immigrants. So a lot of stuff was geared towards non-whites. And I guess I can understand that too, because you know what, whites, especially males, have had you know, free will for the past so many years. Some programs are also geared toward women, which we need more women in certain positions. So anyways, I'm running off topic in what she said. She says the world is run by older white men, and that has to change. And yes, I freaking totally agree. There's too many white males running high office jobs, and it's a slow change, and it's been happening ever so slowly. Look at 100 years ago, women were not allowed to freaking vote. Even in Canada, it was not allowed. Women weren't allowed into bars. Look at, things have changed. And the same with blacks. You know what? Black people couldn't drink out of the same water fountain as we white people could. That is freaking absolutely ridiculous, and that's disgusting. I can't get over that. Or ride the same bus. A black person was not allowed to ride on the same bus as me or beside me. So it's taken a while to change over, but things are coming. And that's, I think, a part of this protest movement right now, is more equality. Not only the police brutality against blacks and the killings of blacks and other cultures, but yeah, I think it's got everything to do of the things I'm talking to. We need change. I don't agree with rioting and breaking into stores and burning stores and stealing things, but it's come to a head. I understand that people are getting too frustrated with things. So in a way, I can understand with the looting and burning. Because you know what? We've had, like I said, 100 years now to change things, and nothing has changed. We had 10 years ago, things should have been changed, and it hasn't. So you know what? It takes something really bad to happen to get the world's attention to get these changes. And look at Colin Kaepernick. He kneeled against, in the NFL football games, he would kneel in protest during football games, during the national anthem, saying, you know what? I want equality. I want the end to systematic racism and the police brutality of shooting blacks. 3 years, nothing was done. Trump defended, or was against, Colin Kaepernick kneeling, saying, oh, you're against the patriotic duties of the country. You're bad. And then the NFL abolished him and kicked him out of the league, saying that's uncalled for. And now 3 years later, it's coming to light that, you know what? It's still happening. Police are still shooting blacks. Racism is still rampant in America. And now it took all of that burning and looting of many cities to freaking come to this head. Anyways, I'm getting way off topic from what I wanted. My own experiences I seen in racism against North American Indians was when I lived in Thompson, Manitoba. It's 9 hours north of the border, the American border. Straight north, small little town, mostly native population. And it was disgusting what they would do. This would have been, I went up there in 1992, 93. I went up there for 1 year, and the native communities, the whites were so bad against the natives. They would all laugh because, you know what, they thought it was funny. They said, we're going to go out brooming. Hey, what are you doing? Let me back up a bit. We'd be at a house party or sitting down, and be 9 o'clock at night after dinner, having a couple drinks, chatting, doing whatever, and nothing to do. Hey, we're going to go out brooming. What do you mean brooming? What the hell's brooming? Oh, that's when we go out and we take brooms and we ride around in the back of trucks or cars. And all the drunken natives, we go around and whack them with the broom and try and knock over as many as we can. I'm like, what the hell are you guys thinking? What the hell kind of thing is that to do? And even seeing a lot of racism where I lived in Brandon, Manitoba, or the bigger city of Winnipeg, there was a lot of racism there, but not as much as I seen in northern Manitoba, and disgusting as that was. No way in hell. That is beyond. And still in Manitoba, there's still that systematic problem. So that's what I say. All lives matter. All lives matter for those reasons. Anyhow, my friends, we're going to end it here on Rainy Day Notes. You know what? I'm going to end it by saying I'm lucky enough to work in a company that has a lot of diversity. Putting all the other aspects aside about a shitty company, but you know what? I love the diversity that they have. They have a lot of people from East India. They have a lot of co-workers from the Philippines. They have some Latin people. They have a couple of black people working there. So it's a lot of different little cultures that I work with, and it's amazing in that I get to learn so much from each little group, how they go about their life, their customs, their family values, all their little food groups and what they do. Yeah, each culture is so much different and so much rich, and I learned so much off it, them. Anyhow, doing lots of this again, so we're stuck. No van work today, so we're gonna go upload videos. And next video, I do have some van stuff, restoration, so wait for it. Anyhow, until then, do I have somebody to do an outro for me? Maybe, just maybe. So,
you know the routine, guys. Stay safe, be kind, most of all, you be awesome.
Cheers. See you next time.